All right, guys, it's Saturday. Just got done out here enjoying a beer. We deglossified the 10 bolt I got from JJ's. You guys remember it came out super shiny. It looked good. We put a really durable coating on it, but it's too shiny for my liking. So what I did was I took some cheap semi-gloss paint and laid it on really dry. And what dry means is that when you spray it, you kind of let the droplets just settle in. You don't get a real wet finish, and it'll kind of look like this. So these used to be 88 cents at Walmart. I used to buy them like every color because I used to build a lot of model cars, and I think it's still under $2. So it's not a bad deal. But either way, we got that done. I cleaned the backing plates. I painted them, and from here I'm gonna bolt them on, get everything ready, and then maybe next weekend, if I can get the correct U-joint, I'll have my buddy Eric, which he offered a hand. He's the guy who's going to be buying the rear end from this, and we're going to swap it out, and then he can take that shit home. I can get some cash, and everything will be good. So it's kind of what I came out here for today, was to clean the backing plates, paint this up, organize some stuff, and get this up so I can see the U-joint that I needed, because again, I had that drive shaft made, and I needed to match the U-joint on the yoke end of the drive shaft to the yoke end on the rear end. So and really that's kind of why I was out here, but some other things transpired with the 403 build. I'll try to keep this short. So my dad worked for a place called Ready Strip Company for over 30 years, and if that name's familiar with some of you guys know what they do, but I'll break it down for you. They were like the leader and innovator in electrolysis, derusting, degreasing, industrial cleaning, anything to do with cleaning metal, they did it. From cars to whatever, they did it. I grew up there. From the time I was 5 till my dad retired, I was always around. After I bought my house, I'd go hang out with my dad on Saturdays, and actually I did my car there. They offered me some shop space. It's the only job I've ever been fired from. I worked with my dad. There's a really funny story behind that. My dad didn't fire me, his boss did. And I got to do my car there even after I got fired. So my dad's boss is a really cool dude. And I grew up there pretty much. So either way, I told my dad, hey, I'm planning on building a 403 for the Bonneville. I'd like to get the block cleaned because we had issues, as you guys know, with the 350 that I put together recently, because I couldn't clean it. And I actually had the opportunity to take that block there and clean it, and I should have, but I didn't, and that's my fault. I do still have some access to that stuff. All I have to do is talk to my dad. My dad worked there for 30 plus years. They're still good people to him. So either way, I'm going to take the 403 block there, get it cleaned up. I'm going to take 2 pairs of cylinder heads, get them cleaned up as well, along with the iron intake. And I'm probably going to have that aluminum intake blasted. So we're going to take a small run of stuff there to clean up. Because, as you guys know, with the 350, we had issues. And they submerge it, and it's through electrolysis. So the small currents in the chemicals actually just kind of push stuff away from the inner guts of whatever you're cleaning. And then they pressure wash it, and then they submerge it in an anti-corrosion solution that will actually keep flash rust away from the metal for 6 months, as long as the metal does not sweat extensively. So I've had blocks that lasted me actually over 6 months without any rust. So I'm going to try to take advantage of that on this build. And as you guys know, this is going to be a throwback kind of budget build to some of the stuff I've done in the past. I know my last quote-unquote budget build, which was still under $4,000 for the 350 that's on the run stand right now, is a little expensive for the average guy who wants to be on a budget. So I think if I can keep the 403 around $2,500, that would be really good, realistic. And I've talked to friends about it. My buddy Dr. Dan, if I can call him my buddy, and I bought parts from him. I got that ComCam kit from him. I talked to him about what I wanted to do with the 403, and he pretty much told me what I had in mind. Keep it like 9.5 to 1, keep the RPMs low. You don't have to do anything fancy. It will live. The 403s get a bad rap, but Dr. Dan has proven a 403 can live. And the current build that he has, if you guys are on the forums or anything, you go over on ClassicOldsmobile.com and you look up Dr. Dan's like 470 something build. They did a really wicked 403 build, him, Mark Rummel, and Bill Travato, that kind of proves the crankshaft is the key ingredient to the strength of the block, or a major ingredient of it. I'm not going to go into details about it, but it's really cool. So either way, we got that stuff going on. So I think maybe by midsummer, we'll start seeing some real progress on that. We still plan on doing the cylinder head build videos, and I'm going to be working on mine. And I'll talk in detail about what I'm going to do to those cylinder heads when we get to that point. But we're not going to go hog wild on the port job. It's going to be proprietary to what we're going to be doing, because we're not going to be spinning it over $5,000. And that also leads me to my next point. I don't know if I'm going to use the RPM. I really want to use the iron intake because I really want a stock looking engine. And I might even spend the money to have a quadrojet built because that's what I've wanted all along with a Pontiac. I want people to like open up the hood and be like, well, this is pretty stock. And it kind of looks like that now, but it's got an Edelbrock. And I really feel like the quadrojet is superior to the Edelbrock, even though the Edelbrock, from a user standpoint, is really easy to work with. Although people give it a bad rap, it's actually a really good carburetor. So with that being said, I'm not going to keep this too long. I'll share actually a couple of pictures from back when I did this. And actually, no, I won't. There's a video about the story of my car. If you guys go back like a year or two ago, I did a whole, maybe, you know what, I'll actually drop a link. And you guys can see how this car started. And I'll drop the link, but I don't remember how many pictures I did there. But I do have pictures of this car when I did it at that place and how it started. So either way, just figured I would share that information with you guys. It's kind of been a hectic week. It's been a hectic year. It's been a hectic COVID. We'll call it COVID season because it hasn't fucking stopped. But racing starts in 2 weeks. We got things to do. I got stuff to talk about, tires and stuff we're gonna try. I got to put my hand control launch RPM deal in there. And we're going to need like a solid weekend of testing, and I'll see if somebody will want to go with me and document it because it's hard to do two things at once. In my mind, when I'm at the track, it's strictly on business there and what I have to do and keep my mind focused. So with that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'll either share the link or some pictures, and that's kind of it, guys. So share, like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram as Copper Cutlass, and we'll see you guys around, and hopefully we're going to keep some cool stuff happening here.